Hey YouTube fans, what's going on here? This is Chris from CR Gaming. Today I wanted to start a new series of videos where I tell you guys a little bit about things to look out for when you're collecting in a retro market, especially now that the market is just so blown out of proportion that all the games are just so expensive these days. So trying to get into the market right now is very expensive. So if you're still doing it and you like it, then this is some information you really should know going forward, just so you don't get swindled. Because the last thing you want is to spend thousands of dollars in a game that isn't real, okay, or a box that isn't real or something like that. So I'm gonna go through a couple of games that I own today to show you how to spot a repro, and then I'm gonna do a series of these videos for the retro market, and just come check back with me, like, subscribe, comment on any of the videos, and I promise I'm gonna get back to the Dark Souls series soon. I just had lots of stuff going on in my personal life, plus my PlayStation is like rusted, so I had to send it off to Sony to get it fixed. It's actually supposed to come in the next couple of days. So, but anyways, without further ado, let's go. All right, so as you can tell here, I got Final Fantasy 2 for the Super Nintendo. Now this one is complete in box, okay? Now this is what a real copy of the game looks like, okay? Now I'm going to show you a couple things here so you can look at it to see what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, the game box is very loved. It's been used quite a bit, So these are the things you need to look for on a real game, all right, on a real box, all right. A real box should not be pristine looking and not have any type of wear on it. I mean, this stuff is like, 40 years old almost. What is it? Yeah, almost 40 years old, 30 years old at least, 35 years old, something like that. Anyways, so most of these games that came out when you and I were kids, right? So they should have some type of noticeable wear on them, whether it be light damage or water damage or just general wear and condition around the corners and stuff. Also, on a Super Nintendo box, right, the left flap right here, the left flap has creases in it, okay? The right flap does not, and I'll show you, watch, okay? So see, the right flap has no creases, okay? There should be like little tabs right here. So this part of the box should be cut, and so should this, right? But the right side doesn't have that for a reason. I'll tell you why that is. So if you look at any Super Nintendo box, a lot of times this area right here will be pushed in on the box, and it'll have a nice crease right here. Alright, if you can see, it looks like somebody pushed their thumb in there. And the reason for that is because it catches the tabs when you pull it out. See, here's the tab here, and the tab right there. So this shows that this box, there's other things about a box to make sure that it's real, but those are the couple of things you really need to look for if it's real, okay? So definitely the wear and tear on the box, and then those tabs on the left flap. Now, I didn't know this until much later in my life, but the right flap is where you're supposed to open the box and take the game out so that you don't do this thumb damage to this left flap, okay? Anyways, so we'll go ahead and take it out, the box here. Now, whenever I store my games, I like to put the manual on the bottom, because it's easier for you to put the manual in the bottom and not have it catch one of these flaps on the end here, due to the fact of its the length of it and it being a little bit oblong for the other insert, the white insert. So always put your games in from this side, okay? Anyways, so that's for the box. Also, so the box itself is let me move this out of the way. The box itself, like I said, it'll look more used, okay? All right, so this is what a real box looks like. And if you look inside, it is brown. All right, your box should not be white. It should be more of like a brown, grayish looking. And the material should be thick. like feel thick, okay, and not cheaply made. All right. All right. Then we go to the repro box. Here's what a repro box looks like. Okay. Now I only have like 2 or 3 repro boxes. I think it's 3 because I didn't have the real box at the time, and I wanted to check out what it was like. So if you actually put these two side by side, all right, you can tell the difference between the two. All right. So like the Super Nintendo logo, the Final Fantasy logo, all the stuff is like, it's not perfect. It's not right on the money. So these boxes were all made the same, so it should be absolutely perfect on the money. There's my beautiful face, right? On how it should look. And as you can tell, these are off to an extent, especially on the spines. See that Final Fantasy on the top is a little bit bigger than the one on the bottom. Alright, so we'll put that one back over here. And then I'll show you the repro box here. So the repro box is really nice looking. It has squared up edges on the square. And if you look at the flaps, alright, this flaps, the flap on the right side has tabs on it, as you can tell, here and here. Now these flaps should not have tabs, right? Because this is the right flap. The original box doesn't have tabs on the right flap. It only has tabs on the left flap. So you still have it. So this repro is actually not bad. Just a little off-centered on here, plus the tabs are off, but still looks okay. I have another repro that definitely, you can tell it's repro. It's for Secret of Mana, and it's really bad. So anyways, let's go forward with the rest of it here. So now that we have that out of the way, here's what the I don't have a fake manual, but here's what a real manual looks like. A real manual will not be in perfect shape unless you're very lucky to find it. You're gonna have little minor defects on it, kind of like this tab right here, or this corner here, how it's bent. See how it's got a little crease right there? Okay, it should look new, but it should also have some aged wear on it. It should not be like pristine. It's just not going to be. So if you see something like that, that's something to spot for a really good repro knockoff of a manual. A lot of times these games, they come with these inserts. The Nintendo white box insert kind of looked like this, okay? The Super Nintendo games did. Now, a lot of folks use the aftermarket inserts to replace the ones that were in the box originally. Problem is that those original ones were thrown out, so a lot of folks don't have these new ones, or these old ones like this. But it'll have a hole in the bottom like that, right? So you can see through it. And it usually looks like this square deal here like this, right? The game should also come with a box protector or a cart protector. This is what the real cart dust protector looks like. It has those 4 circles on it. The aftermarket one has 3 G's on it. A lot of times, it's the ones you get. So if you want a real OEM Nintendo version of the dust protector, make sure it looks like this. Looking on the game itself, the game's label should be clean, but it shouldn't be new looking. I don't know how else to describe it. But look at the tabs here for the screws. Make sure the screws are these high torque 5-point screws. They should look like that. The back of the cart should have Nintendo on it, squared in the center. It should say something there. If it doesn't, then it's a fake. That's one of the biggest things you look at right there for a Super Nintendo cart. Right? I'm not going to open the board today. We're going to do that a different day for a different video, but I'll show you what it looks like when it looks like that too. The baggies, some people still have the baggies, some don't. I didn't have the bag for this one, but I like to store them in bags once I clean them so that I don't get any dust in them. and they work. So this is just a bag I picked up at like, I don't know, Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something to put my games in. Here's I wanted to show you this one too. Now this is Zelda Minish Cap. Now this is a fake Zelda Minish Cap. I bought this when I was in Thailand on a trip for the military, and as you can tell, the box is in pristine shape. But if you open it up and look at it, right? Alright, so you do have a manual. This manual is not real. It's also fake, and the game itself is fake. You can tell definitely from this sticker right here. I mean, it's like immediate. You can tell that it's fake. Plus the way the cart looks. I mean, you can tell that it looks fake by the glare it has on it and the material it's made out of. So, anyways, so that's what a Game Boy looks like, fake. And then here's what a real one looks like for Game Boy Advance. And this is my own personal copy of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. I bought this at the store when it was new. So, let's see. This one actually has the inserts and stuff like built into the box, kind of like the 64s did. 64 games, but look at all the stuff that's in here. Like you got the game manual, right? The Game Boy regular manual that comes with everything, and then I actually have the receipt from when I bought it, but it's like you can't read it because it's so faded. And then you have the registration card from Square. That's right. So if you have all these things for a Game Boy game, that will tell you that it is real, right? And it also comes with a little baggie on the game. Right. So just a few things to look at when you're trying to spot those fake games. You know, like I said, this retro market is bad for a lot of cheats. People trying to take advantage of folks and get paid quick. So if you guys have any questions or comments on any of this fake stuff or how to spot it, please feel free to ask me in the comments, and I'll reply back as I've seen it or as I see it. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and like I said, take care and make sure you come back and check my channel. I'll be putting up several of these throughout the month. Okay, so take care, y'all. Peace.